going to give you my real life review of the BlackBerry Playbook taken from a Mac user. Um, this is it here. I have to say that when I bought it, I was quite excited to see what differences it had. Just took it out of its box like this, and my first bitch was, well, I couldn't even get it out of this. There's no easy way to grab it, so I started criticizing it. Turn it upside down to pull it out, right? I'm a Mac guy. I like the way they come out easier. Then I had to try to get it out of the sleeve thing, and I thought that was poorly designed. So then when you finally get it out of this neoprene case, well, there it is, right? It's a nice feel. I put it on top of my iPad, and I was stunned to see that it was half the size, screen-wise, of the iPad. So I started thinking that, what did I do buying this? I bought it only to do a review because I have an iPhone and a BlackBerry phone, and I'm not impressed with the BlackBerry phone. I think the touch screen is horrible. It's not intuitive. It's the operating system. I didn't like it at all, and I honestly thought that being the Playbook, it would share a lot more in common with the phone than with anything else, because the iPhone and the iPad are basically the same thing. And yeah, people will criticize that, but it is a larger, more powerful. Believe me, I swear by my iPad. I bought it the first day they came out in the United States. I've got Apples everywhere. I work for a company that's all Apple based, so I'm pretty loyal to Apple. Even went down to Infinity Loop 4 weeks ago and visited the Apple facility. So when I turn on the Playbook, it's just like a PC. You kind of go through a bit of a setup process, but I was pleasantly surprised by the way it operates. It's incredibly fast. The multitasking, which I think Apple has been missing, is brilliant. I get it that the iPads don't do it because they don't want to probably slow down processor speed, right? Because if you have 10 things open, which probably a lot of people will do, it'll slow it right down, and then people will start complaining. But really only have a few things open, and it's actually nice to see in the background you can have all these things going. And for me, I like that. There is no similarity in the BlackBerry phone operating system, which thank God, because this is my BlackBerry, and this is a horrible phone. For a phone, just as a phone, it's nice, good quality. BlackBerry Messenger is pretty cool, but that's it. Everything else, if you compare it to an iPhone, it's no good. Not a chance. But the Playbook doesn't work anything like the phone. So the company that they acquired, in order to do this technology, had a superior software. This is fantastic. When you hold it and you think, oh, it's really small, I actually kind of like that, because when I'm lying down in bed, I can have it in my hands like this, and I can easily do anything I want with the entire screen. I don't have to be all over the place. It is like a miniature computer. I think for work it'll be better. I pass it off to my kids. For them, the games, they're so used to the Apple App Store. They're used to the games. But EA, I guess, is working with BlackBook, or the Playbook, sorry. I don't know why they call it a Playbook when they don't want it compared to a toy, which a lot of people call the iPad. So I don't know why they couldn't call it something cool like the BlackBook. But anyways, the games that they have are awesome. The apps, if you think that the apps that you download on your BlackBerry phone are similar to these apps, I guess there is some that you've probably seen before, but I think the apps have changed a whole lot. And they're fantastic on this. And I was pretty against the BlackBerry, believe me. Like, I've had the BlackBerry phone for, I don't know, 6 months, and I've only downloaded like, say, 10 apps because they're not impressive compared to the Apple. But having said that, I guess because of the new Playbook, they've really made some changes. So I think Apple does have to worry about this one. They definitely did some things that Apple maybe should have done. Like, as an Apple user, I'm kind of tired of, people were complaining that the Playbook doesn't have the email features like say an iPad does. But I tell you, as an Apple user, you have an iPhone, you have an iPad, and you got your computer at home and your computer at work. Well, you're getting your emails all over the place, and it's a bit much. And yeah, I know there's settings so that way if you delete it on your iPad at home, it deletes it on your it won't, you know, it takes it off your computer at work. But then it's for us in business, it's not okay because I don't want to do that because I really want it on my computer at work. So I have to keep them all on my iPad or not have them sent to my iPad at all. And I've actually shut down most of the email features, or I'll use the web version of it to get on the Gmail and check my email that way. So people can't argue about this email stuff. It's, to me, it's a no start. If you have a phone, you're typically going to get your emails on your phone. If you want to send your emails to your iPad or your Playbook because it's a larger screen and you can see it, so be it. But then it becomes a problem. Here's another problem with the Apple. When you have your applications that you have on your phone and you have them all nicely organized and you sync it to your computer, well, even though it knows that, yeah, that's your phone, but then your iPad has different, say, applications that you have on that and they're organized differently, well, then it starts becoming a mess because I'm not the only family, I'm sure, that has, say, 3 iPhones, multiple iPads, and so the only way to make it where it's very organized and individual experience is to have user IDs, so you have to log out, log in, log out, log in. Well, I don't want to waste my time with that. I wish they had it where the iPad was synced. That is where it is. You don't have to repick things and delete things and then wonder what you're going to get on your iPad after you finish syncing it, or your iPhone. So I think that with the Playbook being separate from the Macintosh, I think that I'll be able to actually have a better, more unique experience where the computer is the computer, my iPhone's my iPhone, I can music, videos, whatever if I want still, or I can choose to do the music and videos from iTunes onto the Playbook. But I think the apps should be unique to the phone, and they should be unique to the handheld, the iPad, or the Playbook. That's my opinion. I mean, why would you download an app to your phone and then download the same app to your Playbook? They work differently. Like you're looking at a tiny screen versus a really huge screen. For me, it's my iPad has different applications than my iPhone. You know, even when I first got my iPad, I thought, what's the point of having an iPhone anymore? Because this thing's so much cooler. I don't know. To me, it's frustrating. And I've emailed Apple and said that, you know, you guys have to change the way the whole syncing when your entire Apple-based house, Apple TV, Apple computers, you know, iPads, iPhones, they need to do a better job. So I will say with the PowerBook or the Playbook, BlackBook, whatever, sorry, it is the Playbook. I will say that so far I give this 9 out of 10. But I honestly think that if I could afford to keep it, because I'm only renting it, you could say, I would keep this over the iPad. Definitely keep it over the iPad, which might bug a lot of people out there. But you know what? I'm still an Apple guy. I just think that these guys have done something pretty unique. The multitasking, the ease of use, the keyboard functions are fantastic, and even people might criticize the swiping. It's pretty cool because it gives you a lot more flexibility than just the single button. I wish they did have a single button with like the little BlackBerry one that you have on your phone and everything that you're used to as a, but really they don't really need it. The swiping does everything. The power button's horrible. The volume keys people have criticized, but it's actually kind of nice that I don't have to change the screen. I don't have to touch the screen to pull up the volume, to adjust the volume. I don't have to touch it. I can just be watching something and then just go from behind and adjust the volume. It's okay. The play pause, I don't think I'll use it. Maybe. The power button, like I said, it's a horrible little tiny button. I don't know. I'm pretty impressed. So if anyone has any questions, ask me. If anyone wants to donate one of these things, I'll probably give you my iPad in exchange. But I'm not ever going to give up my Macs, and I'm not going to give up my Apple TV. But this one so far, pretty darn cool. And I'm just a regular guy that I'm not a techie, but I live in this world, and my job depends on this stuff. and I think this will be a much better fit for me and my kids. So if they want to use Angry Birds, they can play it on the computer, or they can play it on my phone. They can play something different from EA on this, or whatever, listening to music videos. I don't care. Okay, I'm going to put some more reviews on there because I think that the Apple BlackBerry Rift, I think that, I don't know, I think people really got to just take their hat off and think really what are they looking for from technology. It's got to improve your life, not make it more frustrating, and not duplicate what you already have. Okay, that's it for now. It's my first time I've ever done a review, so enjoy.